All right, let's look at parallel and perpendicular lines. Door's open. Close the door. All right, so talking about parallel and perpendicular lines, let's look at two examples. First one dealing with parallel, second one dealing with perpendicular. We are going to find the equation of a line that is parallel to this line. Oh, get out of here. There we go. Parallel to this line and passes through this point. All of the problems like this, we are going to use the point slope formula. It's on the backboard. We got to know the point slope formula. Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. That's the formula we use. In order to use the point slope formula, we need a point and a slope. We are given a point right there. All we need is a slope. They don't give us a slope, but they give us the clues so that we can find the slope on our own. If our line has to be parallel to that line, we should know that parallel means same slope. So if I know the slope of this line, my line has to have the same slope. So that's our first thing here, is to find the slope of this line. To do that, we're going to put it into y equals mx plus b form. That's the only way we know the slope, is to have it in y equals mx plus b. So let's minus 8x from both sides. 2y equals negative 8x plus 15, and divide everything by 2. Y equals negative 4x plus, this doesn't even matter because I don't need the y-intercept or even the full equation. I just need the slope. So that's really all I care about. That's 7.5, by the way. I don't care about that though. So this line has a slope of negative 4. Our line has to be parallel, which means same slope. So our line has to have a slope of negative 4. So m equals negative 4. Now, we have a point and a slope. We're going to use a point and a slope in our point slope formula. So y minus 5 equals m, which is our slope, negative 4, x minus 12. This is our equation in point slope form. We're going to change this into slope intercept form. So distribute the negative 4 to get negative 4x plus, because it's negative 4 times negative 12, plus 48 equals y minus 5. I want to get rid of the minus 5, so I add 5 to both sides, and we end up with y equals negative 4x plus 53. That is the line, equation of a line through this point parallel to that. Second question, down here. Very similar, but it's got some small differences. We're finding the equation of a line perpendicular to line A and goes through negative 1, 7. So, again, we're thinking point slope formula. Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. I'm going to go ahead and plug, they gave me the point, x1 and y1. I'm going to go ahead and plug in that point into my point slope formula. So it's y minus 7, x minus negative 1, which turns into x plus 1. All I need is the m, the slope. They don't tell me the slope, but they tell me it is perpendicular to line A. Well, a couple things going on there. One, what is line A? Well, the next sentence tells me line A passes through this and this. So I know line A goes through those two coordinates. My line is perpendicular to line A. Well, what does perpendicular mean? Opposite, reciprocal slopes. So if I know the slope of line A, then I can find the opposite reciprocal for my line. So I'm going to go use the slope formula on line A. 6, 8, and negative 8, 15. Slope formula is the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1, what's 15 minus 8? That would be 7 divided by negative 8 minus 6. Negative 8 minus 6 is negative 14. 7 over negative 14 is negative 1/2. So line A has a slope of negative 1/2. Our line does not, though, because our line is perpendicular to line A. So the opposite reciprocal of that slope. We did all of this just so we know the slope of line A so that we can find our perpendicular slope. Opposite reciprocal means to flip it and change the sign. So ours is going to be positive 2 over 1 or 2. So our slope, come back up here, is going to be positive 2. Now that we have point slope formula, we can rearrange it into slope-intercept form. 2x plus 2 equals y minus 7. And then we add 7 to both sides. And we get y equals 2x plus 9. That is the line through this point and perpendicular to that line down there. So hopefully that helps a little bit with parallel and perpendicular lines. Good luck.